The headline is...
Well, I just want to make sure the audience gets it, yeah.
Look, the headline is, I'm reading the tweet, Ripple sales of XRP do not constitute offer of investment contracts, according to Judge. They won.
Founding part of this is that the initial sale to accredited investors and hedge funds was done, that they violated securities law there when they were selling directly to sophisticated investors. Just looking at it logically, you would think it was the reverse.
You were accusing these guys of security fraud for like the last several years.
Well, they've been convicted of securities fraud here.
Ripple is undermining American prosperity and freedom. I can confirm Ripple is actively spending millions of dollars trying to undermine a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States of America. This is not just an attack on Bitcoin, but on principles of transparency, on fairness, and on our national security. Now, Ripple. Ripple is a for-profit company. It prints its own token in XRP, and it is asking the U.S. government to support its monopoly. I ask you this: why should the U.S. government back a privately owned currency? This is corporate lobbying disguised as innovation. This is corporate lobbying disguised as tech growth, jobs, industry. Ripple created all of its currency, issued it to themselves, and relies on the public to buy it. This is not the money for the people. This is not in the best interest of the public. This is in the best interest of a private corporation. This is an economic announcement that would be like 2008, that would be like 1971, that would be like 1933. This is against what this new administration and President Trump stands for. This is against the best interest of the United States of America. It is absurd and ridiculous, and Ripple needs to stand down immediately. Not only are they undermining future prosperity and the United States benefiting from the technological innovation that is Bitcoin, but they are also trying to take advantage of the situation and benefit themselves. Call your representatives and demand an investigation into Ripple's lobbying efforts. Tweet publicly. Post your comments publicly. I've begun fighting back. I will not stand for this. I am an American. I plan to have children and raise them in America. I will not let Ripple undermine our prosperity, freedom, and benefiting from Bitcoin, a neutral, fair money for the people, for the public. Because this isn't just about Bitcoin versus Ripple. It's about whether the future of money belongs to the people or to private corporations. And it is up to us to decide.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy. And it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back as I'm doing this video. And remember, guys, on the weekend, we are the only game in town. And we normally left Saturday night going into Sunday. And then, of course, on Sunday, CME open Sunday night. Now, this week coming up is going to be a roller coaster ride. We have futures contracts ending on Friday. Plus, we have Jerome in the house. So, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. And we had Larry Fink and Jamie Dimon tell us how important the bond market is. But, you know, the crypto teacher goes over it with you on a daily basis. And we finally had the BOJ make another move. And the United States yield rates were pushed down, but they will continue to rise. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then we had the dollar pull back. Of course, like I stated, the BOJ finally raised rates again. We had volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have the USDC supply surges as Circle expands its reach, while Tether supply remains steady. And we know we're going to have some changes in the stablecoin market as soon as we get regulation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $104 billion yesterday. Make sure you put it on a daily basis during the week. And again, we have Jerome Powell in the house this week. And we know he's going to pause and say he's going to be data dependent. And once he leaves, yield rates are going to slowly creep up, especially if Trump announces these tariffs. And the tariffs are definitely coming because it's going to help replace that federal income tax. Remember, if you got all these people out of work and the machines doing the work, the money has to come from somewhere. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we know the Fed wants to keep these rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs were up at close on Friday. And Larry Fink told us a while ago that these ETFs would be the gateway of tokenizing the economy. And we have more crypto ETF filings. We have CoinShares has filed for a Litecoin ETF. We have Grayscale is filing to convert their Solana and Litecoin trusts into ETFs. And remember, Grayscale was the gateway for BlackRock to take over. Never forget that. And then we have NASDAQ has filed to allow in-kind creation and redemption for BlackRock iShares Bitcoin Trust, where you can buy and redeem shares of the fund directly in Bitcoin. And we know that is definitely big instead of cashing out. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Andreessen, my guy, is closing up its office in the UK to double down on Trump's America. And now that Trump is in office, we know that narrative is that America wants to lead crypto. But remember, America is already behind the fourth industrial revolution. The emerging markets are about 20 years ahead. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have the Digital Asset Working Group will evaluate the potential of a national Bitcoin asset stockpile built from seized cryptocurrencies. And this is exactly what I told y'all that would happen. We wouldn't get that Bitcoin reserve, but they'll definitely keep that free crypto that they already get. We know they don't pay for Bitcoin. They get free Bitcoin. And it's not just the U.S. government. It's all the governments across the globe. And we have Ripple and XRP under attack. And Jack Mallers says that XRP was printed out of thin air. And that is a fact. And we have David Sachs and crew saying that, of course, Bitcoin broke security laws when they sold it to actual hedge funds, which should be backwards. Like I've been saying from the beginning, if you're allowed to move securities, like Coinbase is actually a publicly traded company, it shouldn't be an issue. But remember, guys, you're watching a movie. The focus should be on Trump. Trump stated he was going to do a Bitcoin reserve, and of course, Jerome Powell shot it down. So what do the puppets do? They come out to distract you. And that's all this is a big distraction. The same thing when it comes to this Ripple and SEC case that went on and dragged on forever. It's a movie. It's not real. You keep it moving. Get your popcorn, sit back, and let it play out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.